The Liberals just released their first political ad for their campaign. Not shockingly, it's basically an attack ad which promises nothing. It's extremely well done, showing that the Liberals hire the best propagandists, and I'd like to pierce through the illusionary bullshit and lay this out for what it is. There are several themes that exist here which I feel are crucially important. Reassurance, togetherness, honesty, and progress. I was tempted to use the word diversity instead of togetherness, but just watch the French version of the ad to see why any semblance of diversity is basically just tacked on to the side of this ad. These are the key words that the creators of this ad want you to walk away with. First, there's the choice of music. This is a song of the common people, designed to be calming, reassuring. Hey buddy, everything's okay. The Liberals are here. The first shot is the hands of a bus driver, a worker's hands, a commoner's hands. We cut to the driver's perspective, a street in the city of Papineau. Justin's riding. Then a quick shot of Justin, who does look super handsome, doesn't he? His doe-like eyes just pleading with you to love him. Please love me. Humbly standing, not sitting on a bus. He's such a down-to-earth, regular Joe, this son of a former ruler who is also the current ruler of our nation. The bus is an incredibly important framing device used in this ad, which hits on all four of our themes: reassurance, togetherness, honesty, and progress. By putting Justin here, he is together with us in a reassuringly familiar space so he can talk honestly about progress. The Liberals create a safe space for the viewer to tackle large and terrifying events, like an election where 1/3 of the populace support a war on the poor.
I got into politics to help people, like the people I've served here in Papineau for more than a decade. People who work hard to make ends meet. Parents who want to build a better life for their kids. Canadians who want our country to stand for something positive in a world that's grown darker.
This introduction is a cynical setup. In 9 shots and 5 lines, it tells a very personal and reassuring narrative about our leader. It shows him standing together with the common man, dealing with honest folk who are just trying to find progress. This is a story that any politician can tell about their political career, and it's cynically delivered to us so that we'll have an attachment to our leader at the lowest possible emotional level. The cynicism of this introduction reveals itself once we see that Justin's personal story about himself is just a way to set up an effective attack.
Canadians who want our country to stand for something positive in a world that's grown darker. Conservative politicians have
Juxtaposing the phrase, "a world that's grown darker," instantly with the subject, conservatives, lets us know that conservatives are why the world has grown darker. The introduction has set us up by reassuring us, bringing us together to talk honestly about progress, so that we're shitting on conservatives before we even know that we're shitting on conservatives. This isn't a politician cynically attempting to lock in your vote. This is your good buddy Justin, who works hard for regular folks like you, just casually riffing about how crazy those conservatives are. You've done that with your buddies, right? Well, so does Justin. He's just like you.
Conservative politicians have a different approach.
This use of visual storytelling is very clever. We go back to Safe Space Bus and just casually look outside the window while the narration talks about the conservatives to see dollar signs on a building. Conservatives just care about money. The subtle nature of this addition, coming naturally from the fact that Justin has been on this bus since the beginning of the ad, is an actual work of art. Bravo.
When we raised taxes on the wealthiest 1% so we could cut them for the middle class, they tried to stop us. When we created the Canada Child Benefit that gives hundreds of dollars a month tax-free to regular families across the country, they tried to stop that too. And now we've got a real climate plan that will reduce pollution and put more money in your pockets, and they're even trying to fight that.
Safe Space Bus, out to regular people land. Safe Space Bus, regular people land. It even follows the rule of 3. Anytime Justin needs to get a little scary with his messaging, he pulls us back into Safe Space Bus to reassure us with his handsomeness and smooth, calm voice. What really helps this section out is that what Justin's saying is superficially true. You have to actually do a little bit of digging and thinking to realize that tax cuts on the wealthy are irrelevant if you turn around and give them more money than you taxed away. or that the reason we need a child benefit is because the oligarchs the Liberals serve are sucking the nation dry, or that the Liberal climate change plan is the absolute bare minimum they can do, while they also support the construction of pipelines. However, this section nails the four themes perfectly. Let me honestly reassure you that we will progress together against the Conservatives, and that'll be enough for most people.
The Conservatives like to say they're for the people, but then they cut taxes for the wealthy and cut services for everybody else.
The for the people bit is just a knife to the heart of the Conservative Party. He basically calls them a pack of hypocritical liars without saying it, all the while taking the slogan of the worst Conservative leader in maybe the history of the whole nation and applying it to his federal counterparts.
In October, we've got a choice to make. Keep moving forward and build on the progress we've made, or go back to the politics of the Harper years.
The shots through this line are of people on the bus, not the old regular people shots of the last section. These are the people who have been together with Justin on the Safe Space bus while he honestly reassures about progress. Here they're inviting you to join them on the Safe Space bus, where the Conservatives aren't. Don't you want to get on the Liberal bus? Also worth pointing out that this is the major lie of the piece. Justin presents a false choice between red and blue, omitting the fact that orange and green are possibilities too. But he can't point out that the populace could just overthrow the oligarchs and claim their lives as their own, and that the Liberals exist only to placate us with tiny crumbs from the owners' plates, which never truly threatens their power. That would be silly.
I'm for moving forward, for everyone.
Justin delivers this genuinely on the Safe Space bus, Liberal logo, chooseforward.ca right underneath. So, we made it to the end of the ad, and notice, they didn't promise shit. There's no platform here. Look how they're stealing Doug Ford's strategy of having no platform and making no promises and using it against the Conservatives. Not conservative might as well be the slogan. In a way it is. Liberals are forward, so Conservatives must be backward. In the end, this ad will be effective. People are scared for lots of really good reasons, and this is a very reassuring piece that, say it with me, brings us together to honestly talk about progress. The PR team did a great job taking this turd of a party and making it appear likable while fundamentally saying nothing of value beyond what we already knew. Conservatives are shit.